Album artwork, music videos, photos posted all on the gram. No matter the format, image and aesthetic plays a vital role in the entertainment industry, and it has the ability to lure us in to spend a little money or completely push us away if we're not feeling it. And when it comes to women in rap music, sometimes the outward image that is being showcased doesn't exactly match the true personality of the person that is portraying it, which leaves the authentic artist fading into the background and those willing to play the part pushed to the forefront. But how can you tell when the hood image is real or fake? No AI. Let's talk about it. But first, hey, hi, was Ann with it. I'm C, and I do rap and pop culture commentary. So if you're into that, subscribe and hit the like button. When it comes to the current landscape of female rap music, what are some of the images that pop in your head? We could always talk about BBLs and twerking, over-sexualization and tongues hanging out, but if we really want to get crafty, cute and quirky, girly vibes, or goth and emo core, mixed with some anime streetwear fashion. Yes, we're multifaceted over here. But one element of the female rap music scene that seems to be pushed to the forefront right now is the ratchet hood girl aesthetic. In my opinion, these days it's a combination of the old school round the way vibe, amplified to the highest power with way more baby mama drama, raunchy rap lyrics, and in the words of Glorilla, ratchet tendencies. Personally, I miss the era of female rap music where the hood girl vibe felt way more authentic. Let's take it back for a minute. I'm talking about Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim realness, back when it didn't feel forced and it flowed so naturally. Crush on You and Get You Home vibes, the bamboo earrings and long nails, the mix of streetwear and feminine clothing, especially styled by Misa Hilton, and overall, the attitudes even hit differently. Now, I'm not really into respectability politics when it comes to people policing women's bodies, what they wear, how they act, especially when it comes to more sex-forward lyrics. But dare I say, there felt like there was a little bit more of respect for yourself and your image back then, even through the raunchiness of it all. They left a little bit of something to be desired. And I feel like Missy Elliott is such a great example of this. As an adult, when I go back and listen to old Missy tracks that I loved as a kid, Hot Boys, Get Your Freak On, Work It, 1 Minute Man, the songs and the wordplay is fire, the music videos and the imagery is everything, and she's out here talking about sex and relationships in so many of these songs. But she's so coy and cool with it that you really have to listen for a minute and be like, oh, so that is what you want, Missy. Now, there's no doubt that female rap artists have been selling sex since the beginning of time. Well, kinda. But it was simply sold in different ways. My introduction to female rap music naturally consisted of way more women artists in the South, so you know how that goes, right? But immediately after I got into the Kayas and Trinas, maybe a little Gangsta Boo, I immediately dove into Kim and Foxy Brown. For some reason, it always felt like Southern women artists played more on the fun, ratchet aspect of the hood girl aesthetic, but up north, those women had the perfect balance of feminine lyrics, but a more rugged, masculine style and cadence. They're kissing, but they're not telling a lot, you feel me? A vibe that I wish was passed down to some of the new age hood girlies, but it's probably these damn labels. But what I do enjoy is that over the past couple of years, we've been mixing the hood girl aesthetic with a little something else. It reminds me of that one quote that Dame Dash said about Emil. She's ghetto, but she has a runway quality about her. The City Girls were all about being hood chicks that might tap in with ramen noodles and hot pickles and flaming hot. But please know that they were mixing the cheap fits with the designer and talking about getting money and getting tricked on. Now, over time, I feel like their images have changed just a little bit individually. JT has entered the worlds of fashion and playing on the alternative girl style, which I really do love this aesthetic. Now, I don't exactly see Young Miami having evolved too much from this hood girl image. If anything, she was becoming more rich girl, billionaire adjacent, from Carisha Please to Diddy. But if anything, I would enjoy seeing her tap into just something new. Cardi B played on the hood girl turned Cinderella rags to riches trope, from the stripper pole to reality television, and blowing up in the rap game with Bodak Yellow. I think that her authentic nature is one of the reasons why she has such a solid fan base, because over time she's bounced around from high fashion and classier spaces, but she still manages to keep it hood. And now that I think about it, a lot of her early music and vibe really reminds me of Remy Ma's Come Up. And in case you were wondering, the current ringleader of the hood girl aesthetic is most definitely Sexy Red. Now, I have a complicated relationship with Sexy, her music, and her image. When she first popped out, the songs were way too raw and raunchy for me, but I did admire her ability to be resourceful, and at some point, she did feel authentic to me, right? Music videos in the beauty supply store, the simply effortless hood outfits, rapping about her reality. And as the popularity of Pound Town and Ski Yee got older, and she popped out on tracks with other artists, especially male artists, I really tried to give her a chance until the antics started to be a little too much for me. I feel like there's a thin line between the typical hood girl vibe we see these days and going completely overboard like Sexy is portraying. Keyword, portraying. We have a handful of artists that fit into this category, with some of them playing around and dipping their toes into the ratchetry, and others who fully embody it. I feel like a prime example of someone who feels real is Glorilla, who popped out on the scene, showing us just how hood they get in Memphis. And I truly enjoyed songs and videos like FNF and Yeah Glow, because they feel like Glorilla is being true to herself. But Glorilla knows how to do the hood aesthetic right. Not only that, but her newfound stardom gave all of her friends the ability to enter the world of rap, putting them on the map in their own little way. And sometimes I really do wish they released more music together as a group. That would have been a moment, but actually, now that I think about it, maybe not, because girl groups have been going downhill these days. Now, I do enjoy Gloss Up, and I think that she does have some potential. She could be a successful hood rap girly, but sometimes I sit and look at quality control music like, what are you doing? Am I the only one who feels like their roster has completely downgraded? But anyway, someone who feels like they are playing on the hood girl aesthetic a little too much is Lotto. Now, two things can be true at once. I enjoyed Sugar Honey Iced Tea, but I do see what people mean by saying that the album feels like she is putting on this hood vibe for social media and for the project. From the songs talking about G-Lock toting and spinning on the ops, to her making it a habit to rap that she is in the hood still. But this isn't exactly something that I feel like she popped out with, out of nowhere. Even her early music showcases this vibe. It just feels amplified at this point. But we could say that dating a gangster will do that to you. But that's a whole nother video though. But when you look at someone like Lotto side by side with Sexy, who is out here popping out with these outrageously inappropriate lip glosses, which is so funny that people in her hometown are saying she's been trying to sell these. Sure, parts of Sexy's personality are tied into her music and image, but there's a large chunk that consists of her overplaying a part. The hood love triangles, baby daddy drama, leaking her own sex tape on accident. It truly goes from one antic to another, and eventually you begin to realize that MF is not real. Like, Sexy knows exactly what to say or do to get a check, and not to get all conspiracy, but there is likely a much larger machine behind her pushing this image. I've been feeling that way for the past year, after the fun, ratchet vibe of her music, just wore off for me. And the same with Sukiana. I mean, I don't really like Sukiana's music, but her and Sexy go hand in hand. And we already know they've joked and hinted about selling their souls. But anyway, I ain't trying to get too spooky. It's not October yet. I could go down a rabbit hole. But tell me what you think. Are there some girlies that are really forcing this hood aesthetic nowadays? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.